Hello, I'm Paul Bearman, and this is Talking About the Who. And today I'm very happy to be joined by Who designer and artist, and someone who's designed probably at least one album cover that's in your record collection, Richard Evans. How you doing, Richard?
Hi, good to see you, Paul.
Yeah, you too. Thanks a lot for doing this today. It's very much
My pleasure.
appreciated. And
Yeah.
yeah, this is all in store of Record Store Day 2026, and this is an unboxing of the new edition of A Quick One, which I've got here and haven't opened yet. Well, I've opened the
In
box,
mono,
but in mono, yeah,
in
there we go.
glorious mono. Yeah.
And the hype sticker there. 60th anniversary edition, 2 LP set featuring the original album in mono, plus a
Mm,
bonus disc of B-sides, Ready Steady Who, and rarities on 140-gram orange and green vinyl. Excuse me, mastered by
mm.
John Astley at Close to the Edge, and then a quick lyric quote: "Let's have a smile for an old engine driver." And
That's it. Yeah.
yeah, as you say, in mono. And the only version I've got on this on vinyl is from the Phases box set, which I think came out in the early
Mm.
'80s,
Yeah. Would be. Yeah.
and that's the stereo version. So it's good to have
We
this
actually
on.
we actually redid it about a few years ago. A Miles Scholl half master, half speed master, which is great. It's fantastic. But to have it in mono is great. Because 1966. The main uh, format for LPs was in mono. You got the Beatles in mono, and everybody recorded in mono. So it's great to have it back again, and it sounds great. John Astley's done a great job as always.
Yeah, I mean
So
that's the thing. You've obviously had
yeah,
a sneak preview of what it sounds like, and
yeah,
yeah, I'll definitely take your word for it that it sounds good. But
yeah. You'll find out. You'll be playing
yeah,
it tonight once you take that shrink wrap off.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll quickly show the back cover. I'm sure everyone's aware of it, but obviously this has got a bonus disc. Um, I'll quickly read out the track listing of disc two. Batman, Bucket Tea, Barbara Ann Disguises, Doctor Doctor, Substitute, UK single version, Circles, second version, I'm a Boy, single version, I've Been Away, In the City, Happy Jack, acoustic version, Man with
Mhm.
Money, My Generation / Land of Hope and Glory, Substitute, US single version, I'm a Boy, alternate version, Batman instrumental version, and Happy Jack single version. So there's a lot of stuff on
There
that
is,
bonus
yeah,
disc.
yeah.
I don't think I've heard the Batman instrumental version, so that'll be interesting.
I'll sing it for you if you like. No, 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 no.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if there's like a copyright issue with that, but right, I'm going to open this up now. I kind of like to keep it with the hype sticker on there, but I don't
Yeah,
normally
I
do.
always do. I always take the shrink wrap off and I cut out the sticker and keep it. So
That's
I don't
probably
know why, but it's just one of those perfectionist things. You do.
yeah. I mean, I don't often do that, so I'm not sure I'm going to do this very carefully, but I'm going to give it a good go.
Yeah,
Um, so it's probably a silly question to ask, but I'm guessing the reason that this has been selected for Record Store Day is because it's the 60th anniversary of its release.
that was one of the main reasons. Yeah, and we just thought it would be nice to expand it as we did with things like face dancers, and put on these extra bits and pieces. Always good stuff for Record Store Day.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, everyone go and support your local independent record shop today.
Yeah.
Okay, I've
No,
not
I'm
opened.
a big supporter of the whole Record Store Day thing. I think it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not opened it that carefully, but I've got it out anyway. So, um, oh, it's not gatefold, but
Mm.
let's take out the first record.
Extra wide spine. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and a lot of liner notes from Chris Stamp. So show that on
Yeah,
camera.
that's the interview that Chris did for us when we did the 1996 CD reissue. And Chris was still around then, of course. And I just thought it was great because, a lot of people, apart from the diehards, probably don't have that 1990s CD version. So it's good. What Chris said was great, and he was there at the beginning, and he was right in 1966 supporting the Who, as you know. And what he writes is very sweet and very tender and very loving about the whole project and about the band in general.
Yeah, I look forward to reading that.
Yeah.
There's quite a classic photo in the middle there of the Who with the car.
Yeah, I found some outtakes from that session, and I was going to use one of them, but getting four people to look great. This is a classic photographer's thing. I take a picture of four people, and they all got to look good. Well, of course they don't. One's looking like this, and one's got his eyes shut. One, So in the end, I went back to that one shot, and it's so lovely with Roger's P1800 Volvo. The car which I had myself, mine was bright red though. It wasn't the groovy color that Roger had. But Roger bought that car with his royalties from the songwriting.
Oh, from this album.
Yes.
Yeah. I always find it quite funny that I think they were tasked with writing two songs each to get a certain publishing deal,
Yeah, that's
and
right. Yeah.
Roger could only manage one, and even Keith managed to write two songs. It always,
Yeah,
no
even
disrespect to Roger, but that always makes me
yeah.
chuckle.
Well, I Need You is great. I think it's terrific. I have to say that A Quick One is one of my favorite Who albums. All that early stuff is terrific. And I've always been very fond of Run, Run, Run,
Yeah.
which is great. Which and we got that lovely outtake on the Who Are You box set last year as well.
Oh, of course we did.
Of Run,
Yeah.
Run, Run. So it was great to see that resurrected.
Yeah, that was one of the real highlights of that box set, I think. A lot of that
Yeah, yeah,
Shepperton
yeah,
rehearsal stuff.
yeah. I was thinking about, a quick one's position in the whole Who catalogue. And everybody thinks of the Who as a mod band. Mod bands throughout the whole of the 60s, but of course that's nonsense. It didn't work like that. The Who were only mods for less than a year. So the Who only did one mod album, and that was My Generation. And that was the ultimate mod album. By the time a quick one came round, they were into pop art.
Mm.
And it's reflected by the Alan Aldridge cover, who was a master of this kind of stuff. And there's nothing mod about this record at all.
No,
It,
that's it. 'Cause I was
it's
listening to
it's
it.
pop art pop is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. I've been listening to it
Yeah.
on a streaming platform over the last couple of days just to sort of
Mm.
get into that quick one mindset. And it kind of struck me that Run, Run, Run's the first track, and that's almost you could maybe imagine that being on the My Generation album, or at least it sort of carries on that sound. And then
Yeah,
all of a
no way.
sudden, you get Boris the
Yeah,
Spider track two, and that's we're in a completely different direction with the
yeah,
Who.
yeah. But Run, Run, Run is a 60s pop song. It
Yeah,
could have been done by anybody, but it's obviously a very much Pete Townsend song, very much a Who song, but it's pop music. It's not rock music.
yeah. I think it's verging on it though. It's quite a hard hitting track for the
Oh yeah,
time,
yeah,
especially.
yeah. But yeah, so there were a lot of music that was coming out in that year. It was that between that first flush of the Beatles in 63, 64, 65. Beatles were sort of progressing enormously, and then other groups were coming in as well, such as the Who. And it was a very typical second album, I think, for a band that had started off in the 60s. It wasn't their Sergeant Pepper that was coming two albums in the future. Um, but yeah, it was pure 1966 pop music, I think.
Yeah, I think it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah,
Don't know if I can get this picture in shot. It's Pete Townsend and Chris Stamp. That's a nice picture.
yeah, yeah. That was one of the photographs that Chris Morfitt took at the Duke of York's when they did that recording for American TV, Duke of York Square and on the King's Road in Chelsea.
Yeah, it's great. And then the back, it's just information about each song.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, John Speedy King gets a mention with Run 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 because he was
yeah,
in the band called The Cat who covered it.
that's right. That's right.
So
Yeah,
yes, interesting
cat.
information there, and all the
Yeah.
credits. Obviously, your name's on there. Design and
Well, that
art by
comes
Richard Evans.
that comes first. I'm joking.
Yeah, first name on the team sheet.
Yeah. What I did with these two liner bags, you've got that one, followed by that color, followed by that color, followed by
Uh,
that color. And what those are that's the first side, that's where the first side colors come from, i.e.,
ah,
i.e. that, right?
yeah.
And then that one comes from there, those colors.
Oh, yeah.
Get that in focus. And then the LP2, one side is the green and red, and the other side is the blue and yellow. So that's why I've got those graduated colors on those two liner bags. And then if you be so bold as to take the records out, and you go, wow, and it's not the solid color, it's the see-through color, which I think is great, So and we've got Alan Aldridge's photographs of each member of the band there, W, and
Ah,
then H and O are on the sides 3 and 4. So
yeah, I'll take those out in a second. And yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I'm ashamed to say I don't think I ever would have noticed the color scheme on these sleeves matches the
now you
writing on the
know.
cover. But now I know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and especially after you told me about the "Who Are You" colors are from the three bits of tape on the back cover. I really should have been looking out for that.
Right. Those
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah, that's it.
Still in the same position when I photograph them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, when I do, because what I'm doing here with a quick one, I mean, obviously it was Alan Aldridge, who was a great 60s illustrator, well, 60s right into the 70s and 80s. He sadly died about, oh, I don't know, about 6, 7 years ago. But he was of the British illustrators in the 60s, not pop art, but commercial art, and Alan Aldridge was one of the top guys. If you got your very first copy of um, the Penguin version of John Lennon in his own right, it's got an Alan Aldridge cover on it. All those paperbacks and stuff from the 60s were Alan Aldridge, and he was the master of the airbrush, doing all this kind of uh, lovely colors and stuff like this. So when it comes to doing record store day for established albums like this, all I'm doing is embellishing what Alan did. Because I'm not going to put my stamp on it. So what I'm doing is doing stuff that just embellishes what Alan's done before. So my liner bags, I mean, they're very much me, but color-wise, design-wise, they tie in with the outer package, which is what it's all about. So on things like last year's, which was the Tommy soundtrack album we did. Um, and that gatefold sleeve already exists. That was done by some ad agency in America. And all I did for that was I think I did the labels, and I did four very, very great labels, I think. Which again just embellish the Tommy soundtrack things. I'm embellishing somebody else's artwork, basically.
yeah, and I'm sure that is the perfect way
Yeah.
of doing it, isn't it? And as you say, I guess you're
Yeah.
kind of putting your stamp on it, but not getting in the way of the original feel
Uh-huh.
and vibe and everything.
No, that's right. That's right. So, you make sure it's printed nicely and all looking tickety boo, as we say.
It's an interesting cover, isn't it? I was curious to get your feelings on the actual cover itself because it's quite unlike any other Who cover, but I
Yeah.
guess it's very of its time as well.
Well, it is. I mean, the four figures on the illustration, they sort of look like Pete, John, Roger, and Keith. Um, Roger's the Roger guy's got blonde hair or blondish hair. Um, Alan Aldridge obviously knew not very much about guitars because John's guitar's got one, two, three, four. John's playing a 10-string guitar.
I'd never noticed that before.
Well, you count the peg holes,
Yeah.
what have you. So yeah, John's got a 10-string guitar. One, two, three, four, five. So's Pete. Pete's playing a 10-string guitar. Amazing.
And the headstocks are slightly bent at the top as well,
Oh
away from
yeah,
the
that's
neck.
right. I mean, God knows what guitar they are, but Alan Aldridge was a master of doing this kind of zoom lettering kind of thing. He was right up his street, and absolute master of using the airbrush, to get these gradated tints and things like this. So very, very typical of him. I mean, the funny thing is, as nice as that is, it's not Alan Aldridge's best work, I don't think, anyway.
Mm.
I've always preferred the back cover. And I did hear or read somewhere that I think the original idea was to have that for the front cover,
Oh, okay.
which, I would have been happy with. I think it's great. I mean, again, it was Alan organized this anyway. I don't know who took the photograph. Maybe Alan did. I'm not sure. But the lettering is Alan Aldridge's, but projecting it onto their faces, I think, is terrific. Again, it's real 1966 pop art stuff.
Yeah, it would have given the album a very different feel if that had been the front cover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's great, and they're all, they're not miserable rock stars. They're cheeky chappies. They're
Yeah,
all having fun. Even Pete's laughing.
well, which definitely suits the music on the album, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's great. I really do.
And I think I'm right in saying that it's only this and the Who by Numbers that have got an animated front cover or a sort of cartoon cover
A cartoon.
from the original albums, anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I guess Tommy, you could. Oh, it's not really a cartoon, is it? But
No, it's illustration. It's not cartoon.
yeah, yeah,
Cartoons are what you read in the papers and laugh at.
yeah,
This is illustration.
yeah.
It's so funny, because you look at Who by Numbers and it says covered drawing by John Entwistle. And I think it's not a drawing, it's an illustration. What's the difference? Well, I suppose it is a drawing because it's just done in monochrome. It's just a thing. If you put color on it, it becomes an illustration.
Yeah, but I guess probably the one Who album cover that's most similar to a Quick one, and yet completely different album in I guess as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's
But
show this too. You've already shown it, but that's more song information,
hmm.
and yeah, a series of 9 photos on this side. A lot of them probably very familiar to Who fans.
Yeah, again, I mean, just sort of painting a picture of the moment of 1966. Again, there's them leaning on Roger's Volvo again. What else have we got? Oh, that picture of Pete in the top center row.
Oh yeah,
That was, I think that was done on top of the Pops, and I managed to find a whole pile of photographs. Um, I think they're Chris Morfitts too on those, and they were sort of just print snaps, and they were slightly out of focus. But I managed to, with the wonders of modern technology, I managed to put them back into focus again. So that's the first time I've ever used that particular shot.
yeah, it's a
Uh,
great photo.
the first time I think that anybody's seen it. And the other ones, I mean, that again, that's at Duke of York's barracks. That is on so at the top of the Pops. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it
let's
is
show
on top of the
those.
Pops.
So we're getting close to the camera.
More Duke of York's here. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And the Happy Jack drawing that Ralph Steadman, talking of illustrators, Ralph
yeah.
Steadman's great drawing
I mean,
for
that's
Happy Jack.
quite a cover. That is.
Yeah, I know it's great. I mean, it's a wonderful caricature of all four of them. You know, Pete's big hooter,
Yeah.
Keith's elfin face, Roger's chin,
Yeah,
and John.
Roger looks demonic in that, in that
Well, it's
picture.
that big lantern chin he's got.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And of course the Ready Steady Who cover.
yeah,
So yeah, it's really of its time, of its year.
yeah, definitely.
Um, when you think the next album, which came out in '67, was it the sell Who Sell Out?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing in the '60s, and I'm sure it still is the same today, that with each album they've matured. I mean, in the '60s, people were turning out albums like the Beach Boys and put an LP out every 3 months. Not so much the Who, but I mean, certainly. you know, the Beatles and everybody, it was like an album a year, really.
Mm.
Um, and I mean, you look at Beatles albums and Stones albums and The Who and the Kinks, how much they progressed, you know, from 65 to 66, 67. You look at 65 with My Generation and then 69 with Tommy, and you think, God, that's amazing, you know, in 4 years.
Yeah,
Incredible. Yeah.
I mean, it almost literally is a different band, isn't it?
Yeah. Or you think, you know, 90, I mean, these days, 10 years go, well, as you get older, 10 years shoot by. And but you think 1965, My Generation, 1975, Who by Numbers. Wow. Wow. You know, 1985, they didn't exist.
Yeah,
You know.
apart from Live Aid, I guess, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
but
yeah, they
but in
existed for an afternoon.
yeah,
Yeah.
a ramshackle afternoon.
Yeah. But I mean, these days, you know, you put an album out and then you don't hear from anybody for 5 years.
Yeah,
You might be significant and out on the road and touring and stuff, but people are thinking, oh, we haven't had a Who album since 2019. Isn't it time for another one? Yeah, studio album, of course. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is and how it was.
I guess with the Who and the whole smashing of equipment and being in debt is, I guess, it's probably one reason why they weren't so prolific in the studio because they had to keep gigging just to make ends meet.
Oh, that's right. Pay the bills. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But they, you know, they knew that apart from the great music, they knew that people loved to see them smashing the gear up, and certainly Pete and Keith like to smash the gear up.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it's strange, and you know, I always find it very strange how Pete continued to smash his stuff up, and then it gradually sort of fizzled out, and then nothing would happen, and then suddenly, I mean, I can't remember, I can't tell you the years and stuff that he was smashing guitars up, but suddenly, for no rhyme or reason, bang, he smashed a guitar up. Wow. Yeah. And you know, in the later years, in the certainly in this century, and Pete has smashed guitars up in the 21st century, but people are astounded when it does happen. It's usually because the guitar's not working and it's frustration. You've seen him take the guitar up and just throw it down, and Alan Rogan or Bobby or somebody would have to rush out and pick it up.
yeah. I
But
mean, I saw my second Who gig. I've talked about this quite a few times. Was at the Shepherd's Bush Empire in
yeah.
1999, and it was the second of the two nights. But I think the night before he smashed a guitar then, and I kind
Okay.
of think,
Yeah.
oh, why couldn't it have been the night when I
Yeah.
was there?
Well, I mean, that's what happened, of course, you know, in the railway on Thursday night when he broke his first guitar or rammed it through the ceiling, and of course, I would do exactly the same. He did it by mistake and broke the guitar, and of course, you have to keep face. Well, I meant to do that. I meant to do it. So what happened? Everybody came the following week going, "Is you going to do it again?" And of course, what do? You think, well, I've got to keep the crowd happy. I'll smash the guitar again. All started from a mistake, I guess, you know. The low ceiling at the railway town. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing when you think of it like that. And as we
Yeah.
said, decades later, still doing it more
Yeah.
out of frustration than, I guess, stagecraft, but still,
Yeah.
he's still doing it.
And Keith's doing it because of Gustav Metzger, his tutor at Ealing Art School. And Keith's thinking, well, fuck it, I'll do it because I'm a joiner-inner. You know, oh, Pete's doing it. Great, I'll kick the drum kit over.
That's it. Yeah, let's show the two albums. I know you've shown them briefly, but we'll get them.
Yeah.
I'll get as close to the screen as I can.
Yeah.
So that's the side, disc one, Keith on that side, and then
Yeah.
John on that side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the old Reaction Records
Yeah, that's right.
logo on there.
The only time they were with Robert Stigwood's Reaction label,
Yeah,
and
and
of
that
course this was the first album away from Shel Talmy.
that's right. Yeah, and we've just recorded or just released an episode about Substitute celebrating the 60th anniversary that our paying
Yeah,
members can access, and just a
great.
little plug there for our talking about the Who membership if you want to hear
Yeah,
a bonus episode about Substitute. It's an hour and a half long. We had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And there's
That's the
a
green one. I mean,
there's
it's
this too,
not
the green disc.
it's not vinyl. It looks more like boiled sweets.
It,
Yeah. That's the first time I've ever done a green record, I
oh
think.
really?
Yeah, but the clear green and the clear yellow or orangey yellow are great because uh, they look more punchy than the solid color, I think. You know, we have a choice when we decide to do colored vinyl. You can either get the transparent ones or the solid color.
Right,
Um,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of coloured vinyl. I have to be honest. I like a good old fashioned black vinyl, but
Yeah.
it does give
These
it a
days
certain.
it plays exactly the same. You know, at one time it was like, oh, don't ever get a picture disc because the sound won't be as good. But I mean, these days it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it certainly gives it a bit of I don't know if novelty is the word, but I guess it sets it apart in some ways.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think so. You know, especially when you do special labels for them, you know, and
hmm,
record store day, that's what I generally do, you know. So just add those little extra tweaks and bits and pieces to it, make it look like a more attractive package, you know.
yeah, that's it. And it certainly is attractive, and I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
listening to it in mono on vinyl.
Yeah, crank it up.
Yeah,
Let share it with your neighbors. That's
show
what
it
I
one more
always say.
time.
Yeah.
Been released today on the day of release, Record Store Day 2026.
Yeah.
Quick one by the Who with yeah, that second disc with all those extras is it's nice having all that on vinyl.
Yeah, it is. I think it's great. And you know, just hearing remastered mono again, you know, and you think it's just as good as having it stereo, but different.
Yeah,
You know, it's like you didn't get Pet Sounds in stereo until the 1990s. Just didn't exist. Pet Sounds was always in mono because that's what Brian wanted. But when you heard it in stereo, you think, well, it's fantastic. It's great. But so is mono. And same with the quick one.
yeah.
It's,
I think you're
yeah.
right. A very different listening experience between mono and stereo, and yet they
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah,
both have their place, I guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you mentioned or alluded to how each Who album is different from the last, which I think is very true. But I was
Mm.
thinking earlier, I think a quick one is probably the Who album by itself, which is the most varied musically compared to any other Who album.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it certainly is because you know, as I said, it starts off with Run, 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 which, as I said before, is for me is just a great pop song.
Mm,
It's well, it's still rock, of course, but you know, it's a pop song, and then the album finishes with a quick one while he's away, which is unbelievable. You know, 1966, Pete's written an opera.
yeah.
But is it an opera? You know,
Well, I
Richard
mean,
Barnes always said it isn't an opera, it's a cantata.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's maybe one for another day, I
Oh, right,
think.
fair enough. Yeah, it's a cantata. Actually, he said Tommy was a cantata, it wasn't an opera.
I think
So
rock cantata doesn't sound as good though, does it?
no, it doesn't, does it? No, no. But you know, a quick one while he's away is amazing
Mm,
that Pete did it. And you know, and he was encouraged by Kit, you know, because I'm sure you know the story about because Pete had written a sort of piss take of opera called Gratis Amata, which he did for Kit's birthday, I think it was, and they were all laughing about it, thinking, you know, we've done this just as a joke. And but Kit, you know, visionary that he was, saw the possibilities of it and said, no, 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 you know, thinking of it in the future, this is great. You know, we can develop this. So gratis amata, you know, yeah,
I guess it's like
go
Pete.
ahead and further it, you know.
Yeah, I guess it's like Pete first smashing his guitar. It's like a happy accident, and yet a quick
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
quick one while he's away
Yeah.
sowed the seeds for Tommy, which would then propel the Who to
Sure.
superstardom.
Yeah. 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 So, you know, I mean, I love a quick one. Who doesn't? You know, it's great. But when you hear it, every time I hear it, I absolutely love it. And when they started doing it live on the Who Hits 50 tour in 2014, 2015, that was great. You know, they didn't carry it through because I think it was just a pain in the neck to sing or perform. You know, But I think it was very brave of them, for Pete and Roger and the touring band to attempt and keep going a quick one. It's just a shame that they did drop it, but they know more than I do about the whys and wherefores of actually performing it. So.
Yeah.
But it was great that they did do it.
And I think this album has also got one of the Who's greatest songs in "So Sad About Us."
Yeah, yeah,
Just,
yeah,
I think it gets better every time I hear it. I sort of
yeah,
forget
yeah.
how good it is until I hear it again. And
But that's right, and that yeah, I always think of when the Who did the Albert Hall several years ago with all the guest artists, and Paul Weller was on it and doing a duet with Pete. And Pete said, "Well, what do you want to do?" And Paul said, "Let's do So Sad About Us." And you went, "What?" But they did it, and they did it fantastically well. And so it brought new life back into that old song.
yeah,
So, yeah, yeah, there is some great stuff on here. Cobwebs and Strange, of course.
yeah,
Yeah, the second of Keith's numbers.
yeah.
Oh, and See My Way.
Yeah, I was
That
going to
was,
mention "See My Way" because I've always just thought, oh, that's a weak Who song. But when I've listened to it over the last
That's
couple of
Roger's
days,
song, isn't it? Yeah,
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 Roger's
yeah,
song,
yeah,
and over the last couple of days, I've thought, I actually really like this. It's really grown on me.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, it's a real mixed bag, but it's
Yeah,
great. I think there's some good stuff on. And I say, I Need You. Is Keith wanting to be Lennon and McCartney? He's wanting to be a Beatle and write a Beatley song. I think the full title was "I Need You Like I Need a Hole in the Head" or something, wasn't it?
I think it was something like
Right,
that. Yeah, it's a fine song. I've got no
correct me
issues
if
with "I
I'm
Need You"
wrong.
at all.
Yeah. I know it's good stuff, and this too. There's lots of great little bits and pieces on here. I'm a Boy alternate version. Is that the one? I think it's that one where John plays this lovely horn coda at the end, and it ends up like some sort of military fanfare. I think it was that one. Can't remember. And Happy Jack, the acoustic version. Man with Money, of course, the Everly Brothers number.
Mm.
Um, yeah, Doctor Doctor. Disguises, some good stuff. And Keith gets to sing Bucket Tea.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, well worth buying, folks, and support your local record store, your independent record store, and go out there on April the 18th. Is it 18th? Record Store Day, and get a copy of this great album. You won't be sorry.
yeah, and let us know in the comments what you think of it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining me today, Richard,
my pleasure.
to be here while I open it for the first time, and I'm
Yeah.
going to go and listen to it now, I think.
Good, good. All right.